What is going on, operators? Tacktop Airsoft back with another exciting video. We are back for another segment of Roast My Builds, and I'm in my cool new jacket. Got it from Milsom West because it's gonna be cold. Well, actually, we'll see. North Carolina is weird weather, but yeah, people got a lot of build submissions in, so we have a lot of builds to check out. So yeah, stay tuned, enjoy, see if you're in here, and if you're not, join the Discord and get your build submitted. The first build we have today is by Sleepy Akuma, and we have a nice, it looks to be an MTW setup. I think I see Inferno right there on the HPA engine. We have the Riz 2 rail. We have a nice suppressor up there. We have the SIG Romeo 5 on another riser. And we have this nice skeletonized stock. Feels like this build is going for lightweightness for those CQB areas. I know because we play at the same field, and the riser is probably because of like wearing a die mask to get that height, so you're not like scrunched down in there. Oh, the grading scale we're going to be doing for today. The grading scale is going to be based off of usability. There's some key things that I'm going to want to see on builds. I'm going to want to see some sort of grip or support, depending on if it's short or long, a flashlight. And that's kind of it. That's how you get like a C. We're going to grade like we did in college. Bare minimum is a C. Anything more gets you more points. So as of right now, we have the C grading. We got the grip, flashlight, optic. Optic goes a part of the C rating, optic. But we're gonna add points because it's definitely some thought into how this build is gonna happen, because we have the riser, probably for a mask of some sort. We got this can on the front here, probably for like some sort of trace unit, hopefully, being indoors, and we got the flashlight. So that's gonna bump it up to a B plus. And then we're gonna look back here. I like the skeletonized look in the back, but it kind of contrasts with the more Milsimi look up here in the front. So I think we're gonna leave it at a B plus for this build. And yeah, that's gonna be the final grade. Thank you, Sleepy Akuma, and onwards to the next build. Next up from I'm Not Sleepy. Wow, I actually did not plan for that to happen. Next up from I'm Not Sleepy, we have a beautiful MCX right here. We got an ACETAC on the top. We got one of the shark grips on the front here. We got a suppressor tracer unit, can, whatever you want to call it, up front there. And aside from that, it's pretty much stock. You know, I love the look of the MCX, but some things I want to see is this ACETAC on some sort of riser, because we all know using eye protection in airsoft allows you not to get low on that rail and see through that optic right there. I also want to see some form of flashlight on the front here, just because they come in handy and you never know when you're going to need a flashlight. But I do like that there is an optic, there is a grip. This, hopefully it's a tracer unit, and if so, then it kind of supplements your need for a flashlight. You're gonna want one or the other if you're playing indoors. This is just me guessing that they're playing indoors, but maybe not. And yeah, I think this counteracts a flashlight in my opinion on here, so we're gonna give it a C plus. A C plus. I want to do favoritism points because it's an MCX, and as you know, I love my MCXs, but we're gonna stick to the grading scale and give this a C plus. Definitely fire build. The cost of this build is probably expensive, just knowing how much these APFG MCXs cost. So Gucci points there. I'll give you an honorary B, but the actual grade is gonna be a C plus. Next build is by, I don't know, I think it's just Pepsi, but then there's some symbols there, but I'm gonna call you Pepsi. Got a build by Pepsi. We got a lot going on this Scar H. It is a WE Scar H. We're hitting all the right marks here, but this man, boy, does this feel heavy. We have our LPVO on top here. Because of the 308 style mags, it probably has that DMR classing. We got a vertical grip here. Will probably help control this short but heavy beast right here. We have a PEC 15 on top, and we have a flashlight on the side with the pressure switch on the side rail for actuation. We're hitting all the right angles here. We have another angle right here of the other side of it. Yeah, we're hitting all the right stuff. Oh, we even have a RMR on the side there for those close-up engagements. And this is where I think my grading scale is going to fail, because we are hitting all of what I'm saying, but it just feels like there is a lot going on this, and it feels heavy. My arms are getting tired looking at it, but we're going to add the pluses. I did say based on the environment. So what I want to see from this build, I'm going to give it a B and an honorary 2 arm emojis because of how heavy this thing looks and feels. What I want to see to get this grade up, extend that rail out. We got a lot of barrel exposed here. We can get an extended rail right here, move that PEC down some to free up some space in the middle, kind of distribute the weight here. Let's get a smaller flashlight. If we're using this as a DMR, we're going to expect to not be in as many close quarters environments. So getting a shorter flashlight with less lumens, just so that you can identify when you need to, would probably help out and save some weight. Move that flashlight up because we know it's going to cast a massive shadow. This barrel is when you turn on this flashlight. Even getting it up like a couple more pick spots would probably be beneficial. Free up some space on your hands. Once you start wearing gloves, I can see that interfering with the flashlight over here. And yeah, just basically this front half is what I want to see some improvements on, but everything else looks super clean. Maybe switch out this A2 pistol grip because I hate these so much. So we're gonna give this your B, but we can definitely get this into an A+ territory. And we have a second submission with the Chris Vector, the limited edition Alpine white one with the extended rail. I think this is an ACETAC tracer unit here. Looks like some sort of flashlight up top there. Got the EOTech and the magnifier here. I'm gonna say with this extended spot, maybe you might see a need for the magnifier. For airsoft purposes, these magnifiers always suck, but I also run them because they're cool. So I'm liking this build a lot more in the usability of the previous build. So we're gonna give this one a B+. You're hitting all the areas. We got an optic of some sort on some sort of riser so you can see through your airsoft eye protection. We got some sort of flashlight, maybe a flashlight laser combination. I want to better picture this. We got a grip up here, and yeah, so we're hitting all the angles and then a little bit more. So we're gonna give this a B+ on the Chris Vector. Next up, we have a submission from callsign Zion 22. No, 222. Next up, we have a submission from callsign Zion 222, and this is nostalgia bait for me because I think he actually bought this kit from myself. We have the Strike Industries kit for the P320. We got the SIG MCX style stock on the back. We have a nice RMR up top here. This is a pistol turned carbine, and with a sick spray paint job that we're about to see matches more of the uniform. I'm liking this, but I'll have to give the build itself a C- because we're missing a flashlight. Actually, how will we handle carbine kits? Because you can't put a flashlight. You can put one on the top here, but then that's going to impede on your RMR there. Yeah, there's not really a good mounting option for this, so I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna break my ruling here because we're working with what we can work with. It has built-in grip here, got some sort of aiming device on top there, and you're very limited in attachment points due to the nature of the kit itself. Could we throw this onto a riser, then put a flashlight on top here, maybe one of the offset ones with the thumb switch? Yes, we could. And if we did, that's probably what's going to bring in the A+ territory. But with the paint job and what you have to work with, we're going to give it a B. Got another picture of the other side here. Let's let you all bask in this glory real quick. And we have some in the kit. Paint job matches the helmet. I like that. Looking very solid. And I think we'll take the second to rate the kit a little bit. We got, man, I can't zoom in on Discord. We got a PTT right here. We got some mags here on the chest rig. So kit itself, bare minimum, but you're getting there. I'm liking the color scheme. You don't see this too much. I'm pretty sure, what is this, Flectarn? I'm not a kit enthusiast or a camo enthusiast, but we're gonna give this kit itself also a C+. C+. Whole build together, we're gonna give it a B+. Build itself, gun itself, B. See, Emperor Neptune, we got a straight up CQB build right here. We got no optic on top, but we got the Strike Industries stock grip and tracer unit, and I think vertical forward grip. We got the Strike Industries quadfecta 1, 2, 3, 4 with a flashlight up top, very short, very compact, of this Article 1 with the EPMs. I'm actually really liking this build, and I think this kind of shows the flaw in my grading system, because this build itself doesn't really need an optic. You are just going to be point shooting, running around like a mad lad, but you got everything needed to set you up for success for that. Where the placement of the flashlight and the grip are, I can definitely see you doing a nice little clamp right here. Get these fingers on that grip right there, thumb on the flashlight, shining it in people's faces, ducking down, boom, pop, 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 boom, pop, 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 pop. So I'm really liking this, and I'm going to give this a B++. B++. Maybe this is why I'm not a teacher. I feel like I'd be a tough grader. A lot of you will probably say this is an A. I'm gonna give it a B++, just because there's no optic here. But like I said, I don't think you're gonna want it for this build, because you're gonna be running around like a mad lad. So I think I'm convincing myself into giving this a first A of the series. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Even though I'm a Milsim guy myself, I can appreciate the speed QB aspect of this sport. So I'm gonna give this an A. I like how Gucci it looks. It looks so consistent with the design elements. We got the Article 1's cutoutness here. We got the Slim 9 stock here, and it just all kind of goes together into one cohesive unit. So we're gonna give this an A. Loving this build. Thank you for your submission. See Emperor Neptune. Point 30 Media. We're getting into my territory right here. We're getting into Milsim, and I think we have another A on our hands. I don't know what this replica is entirely. GBLS build. GBLS build is sick. We have the is this a Frontline Fiberco sling here? I don't know, but we have the EOTech on the Unity riser with the Unity flipped down magnifier, flashlight with the, looks like the EMG Guardian Mox Suppressor Trace unit, looking like we got a BCM angled grip up here. We're hitting all the angles. We got optics, we got lights, we got trace units, we got grippage up front here, and you don't see GBLS builds that often. Nice little spray paint job there. Definitely looks purpose driven. Got the wires tucked away, and for airsoft you don't need to worry about melting your wires, so you can just tuck them into the handguard. We got a sling for those transitions when you run dry. So yeah, this is a solid A. Solid A build right here. Definitely loving this. And thank you for your submission. Up next, we have a kit, and I guess I can kind of get into my grading system for the kits. We'll start off with the kits first. If it looks like a Milsim kit, I'm going to grade it as a Milsim kit, and this looks like a Milsim kit. So what I want to see here is a tourniquet on your kit here, some sort of push-to-talk device, placards, mags, all that. So we're going to take off points for no tourniquet, no radio or PTT setup here, but we do got some nice mags up front here for your replica. I'm starting to get away from all these patches on my kits, so I might take off some points there. I would just keep the US, the South Carolina patch here, and remove these two, but I can't be a stickler for that. It's just aesthetically not pleasing to myself. And over here we have the AEG. We got a suppressor trace unit and an optic here. So AEG, we're gonna give a C. Kit, we're gonna give a C for an overall rating of a C. What do we want to see from this? Let's lose some more of these patches. Get some sort of grip on this device, flashlight on this too, or a laser aiming device there, and you'll be golden. Giving points, I'm giving you points back for the full picture here. Love the PMC look here. Jeans with the sneakers. I'm starting to really get into that phase of jeans and sneaks. We got gloves, all that on there. Good PMC look right here. So I'm gonna give you a C+ for the kit now. And we got one more picture. You put on, dang, okay, so you fixed part of what I say. So we're gonna give this a C+ now for the mall. And overall rating has gone from a C to a C+, borderlining that B there. So yeah, thank you for your submission. Snips Tactical YT. Guessing YT stands for YouTube. Check them out on YouTube. Yeah, solid. Batman666 got us another build. This looks to be some sort of MTW build right here. Pretty bare bones, but we're hitting all the areas. We got this up front, we got a light, we got an aiming device, and we have a vertical angled grip, something. Nice slimline stock. Looks like a very light build. Very light build indeed. So because we had all those things, I'm gonna give it the C. With the addition of this, C+. And yeah, not too much to say or to pick out about this. Solid C+ right here. Don't know how much more you can add to this build, but we're not in that Gucci territory, so we're gonna keep it at a B. We're gonna give it a B, solid B right here. Thank you for your submission. Apex King gave us an MP5 build. I'm not seeing too many of these around anymore, and we're hitting all those. So for uniqueness, we're gonna add some points. We got a vertical grip, interesting suppressor up front here. Haven't seen that too much. Giving me a lot of retro vibes. We got the aim point style red dot up top there. We have the collapsible stock on this. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many kits like this anymore. So for that, I'm gonna give this another B. I don't know how you're gonna actuate this flashlight. Maybe you're left-handed or the picture's reversed. Maybe you're left-handed. Yeah, we're just gonna say that. I'm liking the handguard here, the polymer handguard, with the rail up top there. A nice little MP5 build right here. So we're gonna give it a solid B, and yeah, thank you for your submission. See Emperor Neptune back at it again with the redemption. This is right up my alley. I'm loving this. We have an we have an MTW Forge build that is just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss right here. Loving the scenery too with the little, I like this little whiskey globe container. That's pretty cool. We have the GBRS riser, the Hydra mount with the T1, T2 aim point style red dot. Looks like a PEG 15 up front there. We have the Magpul hand stop kit there with a dual pressure flashlight laser, one going to the PEG, one going to the Surefire up here. I'm gonna knock off 1/10 of a point for you have a front sight but no rear sight. I don't see why you'd want one and not the other. We got the Daniel Defense S furnishing. I think this is the EMG branded one. Grip and stock there. Can't really see what's going on up front here. Might be some sort of muzzle device being hidden by this Surefire. Not too sure, but man, this is a A build right here. A plus even. Actually, yeah, we're gonna give this an A plus. Very thought out. I love these risers right here. Really helps with both mask and night vision target acquisition through your sight. Both leads are connected and tucked away. Oh, we got cable management here too. A plus indeed. Absolutely loving this. And yeah, I don't think there's any more I can say about this. Very purpose driven. Definitely some thought went out in this. Loving the all black scheme. I normally go for tan myself, but I can appreciate the all black. So yeah, thank you for this awesome submission. A pluses all around for this. Next up, we have a submission from Trazaval the Ronin. That is the most D&D-esque name I have heard, and I want to play a campaign with that character. We have a nice, this looks like a GHK AK-74 SU build right here. Oh, loving this. I am not a big AK fan, but since building out my AK, I've started to appreciate them. We got rid of that pesky AK grip and replaced with a nice streamlined one. We have, looks to be an enhanced selector with the flare magwell and the Zenico furnishing up top here. Loving this can right there. And we have a nice RMR up top with the cap. Man, you guys are doing a good job of keeping track of your red dot caps because I lose mine immediately. We got the sling and the nice textured buttstock with the paracord wrap around it. I'm gonna give this, dang it, I gotta take off points because you have no flashlight. Yeah, you got no flashlight and an amendment to it. AKs, I know a lot of people like to do the magazine grip for these, especially for these shorter boys right here, but we do have it on a riser. Your A is being taken away from there not being a flashlight. We can get a flashlight on here. I know they sell some AKS rail segments, so we're gonna give you a high B plus. I'm also loving we're gonna have to add points for the setup of the pictures too, because I'm loving the setup on the wood right here. Damn it, I'm gonna give you an A. Screw my rules, I made them up anyways. A for this build right here. Loving the AK, loving the gas blowback gang. You know, as they say, gas is class. Trademark, don't steal that phrase. Got the sling too, so we're gonna add points because I haven't been seeing too many slings in most of these builds. So sling it up so you can use your secondary. Yeah, loving this. Let's just admire this beauty real quick. I like the ruggedness of it. Solid A. We're gonna give you an A. I talked myself into it. And the name. Love the name. Thank you for the submission, and onwards to the next. We have a kit submission from Mr. Chief. Funny. We got two kits right here. Had to check. He's on the right here. But we're gonna rate both because I do what I want. Let's see. On this kit, we got most of what I'm looking for. Actually, yeah, most of what I'm looking for. It said that it's at crossbones, so I want to see some sort of easily accessible tourniquet on you. So we're gonna take off some points for that. But we got a nice radio with a PTT of some sort. We got the let's see, Mark 18 build right here. Sight, grip. We got backup irons, actually, 2 of them. Nice. So we're gonna add some points there. Slinged up. We got the nice green kit going. Minus a little bit of points for the excessive use of patches. Gloves, helmet, eye pro, all that stuff. All I want to see on this kit is a tourniquet, and did some of these patches just for aesthetics, because we want to look as cool as possible. Part of that is aesthetics. So we're gonna give this a solid B+ for the build here for the kit itself. We're gonna give the gun itself a solid C. We're gonna give it a C because of the inclusion of these backup irons right here. But we're gonna want to see a flashlight of some sort on this. Over here, we're gonna rate this kit too, because I'm actually really liking this kit. Oh my goodness. Maybe just enough patches. I like how the patches are kind of in color scheme with the kit itself, so they kind of blend in a little more. The rifle itself, though, my golly, 416 ACETAC pressure switch mounted to a flashlight and laser. Let's just get these wires tucked in a little bit more there, with the Guardian Mach suppressor and FDE. Beautiful 416 right here, loving that. We got the kit and the battle belt, nice. Some extra mags here. Still not seeing a tourniquet. Come on, guys, how are you gonna get respawned back in if you're not wearing your tourniquets? Just kidding. But yeah, great kit here. I actually kind of dislike you because this is too close to multicam, and you're most certainly on the green team, potentially, unless you just took a picture with a dead player. But the rifle build is a solid A+ even, actually. Yeah. No, we're gonna give it just a regular A, because I mentioned these wires that need to be. Are they tucked away? I can see wires, so I'm gonna say no. So yeah, we're gonna give this rifle an A. We're gonna give the kit itself a B+ for the inclusion of a battle belt. Keeping you back is still no tourniquets. 2 very awesome kits here, loving them. And yeah, thank you for your submissions. We got a submission from Algebra. Actually, but wait, there's more. Look at this picture. Oh my goodness, this feels like it's coming right out of the rave level of Ready or Not. We got the nods up top, and these actually look real. They do look real, so nice. Helmet, we got your ear pro onto the helmet. This looks like it's either the PTS MTech or a what's it called? What are they called? Oh my goodness. It's gonna come to me later. I'll figure it out later. But beautiful picture right here. It's making me take away from the fact that you don't have a tourniquet. You don't have a radio. But special exception of aesthetics. If you can take a great picture, my small brain will just get lost in the sauce, as one would say. So this is all around solid A+ right here. Loving this build, and loving you switched out the optic for this nice streamlined mount up top there. So yeah, 100% loving this. A+ all around. Whoever takes your pictures, they're doing a great job. If you take your pictures, you're doing a great job. And yeah, I don't know why this isn't your Discord profile picture. You got to change that immediately. We have Winter's Ash with the VFC, FNC, GBBR. Looks like with a custom paint job too. Loving this retro look, and because it's retro, we're gonna not take away points for not having some of the stipulations before, and we're gonna give this a B out of respect. This is a pretty expensive replica, and I don't see too many of it. You got your sling on there, you got a nice little paint job on here, but it's very bare bones. But I don't know how you would up the ante on this if you want to keep the retro vibe, because I think they do sell some M-Lock rails for this, but There's not really too much for me to say about this because I don't partake in the knowledge of older firearms. So solid B right here. And we're gonna move on. Gases class, GBBR gang. This looks heavy and long. Maybe we should put some sort of a magnified optic on here just because of how long it is to continue with the aesthetics and the vibe check. But I don't have too much to say about this. Solid setup. We actually have a dual submission because we also have this King Arms TWS 9, which also has another pretty sick paint job on here. And we have some more additions. We have this red dot on riser. We have this hand stop here, and we have a flashlight up top or on the side there. Like in the 9mm platform right there. This looks like it's Salient Arms trademarked. This looks like an SAI bolt, and I think I see the Salient Arms logo on the stock there. Another good build. Loving the paint scheme. Ditch this A2 pistol grip. You'll thank me later. This thing sucks. But yeah, another GBBR. You can tell because of the cut in the bolt, and they said so in their post. But yeah, some things that are throwing me off is this red dot up top here. This feels like it wants to be an EOTech or a HoloSun, but it's not. And it kind of just looks like, it looks like a dude wearing a fedora not a fedora, a Kangol. It feels like a dude wearing a Kangol backwards. I'm gonna throw up a picture of Samuel L. Jackson in his Kangol, and hopefully he never sees this video because he's a scary man. A scary but funny man. But yeah, you'll get your own custom rating of 1 Samuel L. Jackson. Do with that as you will. We have a dual submission from Jishwisha. I'm thinking that's how you pronounce that. But we're back into my Milsim-S territory with a pseudo Mark 18 build right here. We have the RIS-2 rail with the Surefire there. EOTech with the N-Gall up top here. A nice PTS or Unity pressure switch there. Got the can or trace unit up front here, and a vertical grip on this top one. Absolutely loving this build, hitting all the marks that I'm wanting, and it's gas blowback. So we're gonna give this an A+ naturally. And we have the MCX at the bottom here, HPA'd. We have some nice little like rail covers here. Angled grip there, Surefire can pressure switch mounted to both with the GBRS riser and dot up there. Another solid A+ right there, hitting all the marks. And we got, I would say, some sort of cable management, but it looks like this is just holding the handguard on. I know these handguards get wobbly. Mine kind of wobbled out of existence, so I see why. But I would cut this off, throw this. Actually, no, I think this is, yeah, never mind. Take that back. This electrical tape is holding this wire down. It's looking like, because it's doing a nice hard cut right here. So it's definitely holding that down. We'll find some place for this wire right here, hopefully later on. So we're gonna give it an A. A's for both of these, because I want to see some more cable management up here. We need an airsoft these with the longer cables, because I definitely see what you want here. You didn't want to mount this too far forward, but you also wanted this in a nice comfortable spot. You were just limited by the length of these wires, because they like to always just sell us the short ones, and you got to spend like an arm and a leg to get the actual long ones. So can't blame you for that, but I know this wire is going to get annoying at some point. So yeah, solid A's all around. And we got the the trigger pin retention right there, so that's cool. And oh wait, we got a enlarged mag or flared mag release right there. It's making up for some of the things. Usability wise, I know this wire is gonna get annoying. I hope I hope you don't do what I've done and catch your finger on this and just break this plug. Not wishing that on you. But yeah, solid A's. Thank you for your submission. Enjoying this. Whoa. Robo with the Gucci build right here. I've never seen such a short looking LPVO, or maybe this rail is just long. We got the Riz 3 rail with the Unity pressure switches to the OGL and a Surefire S flashlight to this like 45-degree upward mount. Got the Guardian Max suppressor there. Unity all around with the optic riser. And I don't know, is it the angle of this picture? This feels short, but I know these things are long. This is such a mind like mess with. We got the grip up front here. This is a wild pistol grip. Let me know where you got this from in the description, please. We have a matching selector with the trigger guard and the flared mag. We're getting like the 50 shades of FDE going on here. And aesthetically, I think it's thrown me off. I would want some more. I would like for this Unity mount to match this, or this to match that. And it's gas too. Oh, well, of course it's gas. You could never fit an AEG motor into this grip. But I'm giving this an A. Just a straight A. Sometimes the 50 shades of FD work. In this instance, I think this right here is contrasting from all this. I need this to match something else going on, probably this right here. But I'm loving the Unity with the angled mount for the T1. So red dot. We got an aiming device, laser aiming device, and flashlight. Definitely thought out, used for both CQB and long ranges. I'm actually really loving this build, and if you ever get a big influx of money and want to just complete this, I would get one of these two things Cerakoted to match each other, and you'll be golden. But besides that, loving the thought process of this build, and yeah, solid. Loving the trigger too. Snips Tactical with another submission. We got the chopped grip here, back with the maul right here. Can, red dot. Yeah, not too much going on here. Is this like a anodized steel look on the back there? Interesting. Let's see. Theoretically speaking, the maul would cover the flashlight also, but we know how these work. They love to not have a nice flashlight illuminator there. I'm forgetting my scheming for grading things. I'm liking the aesthetics of this picture though, so we're gonna give this a B+. We're gonna give this a B+. I feel like there's something lacking here, but I like the setup of the picture. And again, it's definitely thought out because of the cut and the grip. Liking that. We're gonna give it an A. We're gonna give it an A, but I don't have too much to say about it. Solid setup, and thank you for your submission. We have Zacher with the M110A1. Looks pretty new too, because we still got the sticker on it. But this is a beautiful setup. M110, out of the box, it hits the backup iron sights because it comes with it. Can't see it because it's flipped, but we also have the I think Angry Guns makes this, the actual mock suppressor there. We have, let me know if this is real, because if this is real, this is an expensive purchase. We have the SIG LPVO with the actual Geisley mount. This right here, if legit, is like stupidly expensive, but I'm loving it. DMR approach, true DMR approach, so you don't need the flashlight. Maybe get some sort of laser aiming module there, but just aesthetic wise, this is another solid A A+ territory for the authenticity of the build. This is, if you look up pictures of the M110A1 program, this is how most soldiers have it set up here. So authenticity wise, A+ right there. Absolutely loving it. I think we have more pictures. We do. I already gave it a grade, so we're gonna just bask in the glory of this replica right here. And yeah, nice. Thank you for the submission. And this is a trip down memory lane. I'm sad that I sold mine, but loving that you got like an authentic setup. Mr. Chief with the 416 build. Loving this. We got the 50 Shades of FDE going on here, but it's working out. This is like the Bin Laden sleeping pill setup right here. We got the flashlight, suppressor, aiming device, ACETAC. Only thing I would want to see is this ACETAC on a riser. We got the I forgot, is this a Geisley rail that makes this? I forget, but it's a traditional 416 M-lock rail. These segments are kind of small for M-lock. You're supposed to use these little QD mounting devices right here to pick mounting devices where you screw directly into the rail there. That's why you see this little extended hand stop there. That's pretty far back. I'll kind of add this a little forward maybe, but yeah, it's a cool rail. It's a unintuitive setup because you have to buy extra stuff to actually mount stuff onto it properly or find the right length mounting options, which you lucked out here with the flashlight. But yeah, loving the 416 build, and check out the channel for a 416 build potentially. A little self-promotion there. But yeah, we're gonna give this a solid A in all the options. All I want to see is these wires tucked away a little bit more, maybe add like a ranger band to get these out of the way so they don't snag, but besides that, solid. Next up, we have a submission from Ruskock, and it is a great submission. We have a nice black setup with a little bit of multicam sprinkled in there. We have the helmet with, in my opinion, just the right amount of patches representing your nationality there, it looks like. So awesome with that. We have the front and back patch, and then this little like morale standout patch. As you may have seen in my kit, I have a big red patch just on the back there. Also good for identification because people do look out for that patch when they're looking for me. So I can appreciate that there. On the helmet, we have your ear protection. I can't really tell which ones these are, looking like maybe ear mores or something along that line. Mounted to the helmet, we have on the plate carrier your triple mag pouch with the little Velcro pistol-esque mag pouches on the bottom. We have the admin FUPA pouch right there. We got a nice battle belt with a dump pouch, pistol, 2 extra mags right there, and 2 pistol mags there. Only thing missing is the tourniquet. Let's start a movement of adding tourniquets to the patches. Oh! To the kits. We have a deadlight up top there. And the reason why I'm saying add tourniquets to it is, for one, I'm a milsim player myself. And when you start getting into milsims, you're going to want to carry your tourniquets there. You don't want to be that guy asking for tourniquets out in the field. And I think airsoft is a good medium for training and whatnot. So I like to see a tourniquet there. Even more pluses if you add a little IFAC med pouch onto your kit somewhere, because we want to stay safe out on the fields there. And if you get a boo-boo or someone else gets cut, scraped, whatnot, IFACs are nice to have. Fun side story. Let me switch scenes here. Fun side story. At the Battle of Six Flags, some guy jumped a piece of cover and cut his leg completely open, was bleeding out on the field. And if admin staff didn't have tourniquets on them, which is, you know, you're gonna want that at any sort of event, have medical staff on training, but just in case, imagine this scene happens, you're out in the woods and that happens to someone and it takes a second for admin to get there, it could turn into a really grave situation. So I always carry an IFAC on me and a tourniquet just in case that happens, just for the safety of myself and other individuals. Let me show you real quick. This currently is my belt setup right here. Oop, in frame right there. And right here is my fully put together IFAC with a tourniquet on the bottom there, some medical shears, and in this thing I have everything I need to potentially help save someone's life, such as gauze, compresses, anti-clot stuff, some little sutures and stitches, things like that, as well as just normal like band-aids and medical like treatment, Neosporin, stuff like that. So this is kind of my TED Talk PSA of just staying safe while we play airsoft, because we never wish something's bad would happen, but we always want to prepare if worst case scenario does happen, just to keep the sport safe, fun, and just straight up caring for one another. So I didn't mean to get all philosophical on you all, but yeah, that's why I'm adding that into the stipulations. But back to the kit. Kit's looking good, minusing points for no tourniquet, and I'm not always talking about like a legitimate tourniquet. Your standard like Milsom West tourniquet will, you know, do fine for this airsoft stuff. If you want to go above and beyond, then my belt setup right there. Moving on to the replica. Completely derailed that conversation. Replica is looking sexy as hell. We have the GBRS riser here. The only things I want to see on this in addition is some sort of pressure switch to activate this PEC 15 up top there, because just think about it. You're going there, shooting, aiming. You're like, oh man, I want to use my laser. You gotta then remove your hand, go up top, turn it on, back, shooting. Then what? You want to turn it off? Back to doing that. Boom, there. So it doesn't make sense to put it on the riser if you have no way of easily accessing it. So yeah, got the flashlights up here, and these are on Amazon. If you just type in like AR flashlight, M-Lock flashlight, you're gonna find these. They're like $40, $50 maybe, but they are high lumen output, nice spill, great for CQB when trying to blind people, easy introduction into flashlights that look clean, are minimal, and actually do their jobs. Check out on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that's linked in the description under my kit section in these videos. So yeah. So we're gonna give this a solid B. We're gonna give the whole setup itself a solid B plus. A little bit to work on, but loving it. And we got the side. This is the first like sidearm submission, a part of a kit, I think, in this video. So we're gonna bump this up to an A, because you can always be the first to do something. First person to do something gets away with it. Second person gets locked up forever. It's a reference to something that you may or may not know. Yeah. Solid A setup right there. Moving on down, we have a bit of a modern retro build of the HK533 submitted by Fool's Soffer. Philosopher? Oh, you guys are getting me with these names this time. It's philosopher. But loving the setup. I love when people modernize classics, just because I'm a big, like, as you can see, cyberpunk. I love future stuff in non-future environments, so loving this. We're gonna give the build itself a B plus, very minimal except for the additions. So we're gonna want an optic. You got the M-Lock now, so we're gonna want some sort of light. Do have the hand stop there. You don't see many HK53s out there. So B plus for the uniqueness of this build. A almost. Just gonna want to see some more attachments on here for usability, but loving this build, and I want to see how this progresses. Thank you for your submission. Happy Woods, get this off of my screen. What the heck is this monstrosity? I'm sorry, that was mean. Not sorry. Reese's. I'm at a loss for words. Let's try and break this down. We have the 9mm platform right here with the short handguard, but we have the very big stock there and this absurdly long barrel. My brain hurts. It's like when you see that absurdly heinous thing on like Twitter or Instagram, and it's like, I don't want to look at this, but I can't stop looking at this. Yeah. I think I'm having a stroke. Philosopher back to get me back on track, fix my mind right here. Even more modernized. I think I kind of like it more with the wood stock. But even still, we now have an optic introduced, which is great. Both of these combined, you get your A. Maybe I am still recovering from that last one. Maybe I need to take a break. You broke me. Okay, this video is gonna have to be a two-parter because I was looking at the time of recording this, and holy, this is already super long. So because you guys submitted so many builds, if this video gets, yeah, we're gonna do one of those because I can. If this video breaks that 1K view mark, I will do a part 2, and I'll do a part 2 soon. I'm always gonna do a part 2 of this video. That is not out of the question. But how soon you get the part 2 depends on how many views this gets. So yeah, submit your, or view this video, hit those likes, get those shares out, get this to 1K views, and I'll do a part 2. But I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'm gonna give you something of mine to roast. Give me 1 second. I always throw out my most Gucci's of builds when I do this, but here is an incomplete build. Something that is not an MCX and that's not complete and has flaws in it. So I want you to use my scale in the description and roast my build. Here we have the E&L T192 now. I switched out the barrel length that makes the 191 a 191 and turned into a 192. Here we have it in all of its glory. There are definitely flaws in this build, so roast me in the description right there. Loving this thing right here. And yeah, roast away. Let's take a thumbnail picture real quick. We can do better than that. What about this one? This one for the thumbnail? As always, stay safe, have fun, play airsoft. This is Tacked Up, signing out.